Hey there team, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Forza Motorsport.
United by passion.
We're going into a soft start, soft boot.
Driven by
This will be interesting. I don't remember the last time I played Forza Motorsport under that actual moniker, which was the tentpole release, supposed to be Microsoft's entry into racing, or it was at the time. And then they went and made a little spin-off called Forza Horizon, which went on to capture the mainstream appeal much more than this. I suppose times changed. The casual market became more of an important one in gaming.
Welcome to a new
Because this, I think, was a second run at Project Gotham Racing, if I recall. Because Gran Turismo had the market cornered as PlayStation's first-party racer, essentially. And Nintendo did its own thing over in the corner with bloody Mario Kart and all that sort of stuff, and they had their corner of the market cornered. So Microsoft came in swinging with Project Gotham. Project Gotham sort of petered out as the console generations moved forward, and there was studio problems. And then you had, Forza Motorsport come along, which was interesting because I wouldn't say Forza Motorsport, the main series, died, but again, appeal shifted. Mainstream appeal is more around the Horizons. What would you call it? It's like a music festival come racing fest. However, I think people are starting to fall off Forza Horizon as well. They're losing the magic that 1 and 2 had, where it was more zany and kind of a bit self-aware. Whereas I think the most recent Forza Horizons are getting a little bit modern day, right? Whereas your cringe and your music and all that is more, or your music and radio choices are more cringe than actually fun of the people. But it is interesting because I think Gran Turismo has fallen off as well as mainstream pickup in gaming has gone up. Oh god, okay, in we go. So what are you getting at, Scarlett? What I'm getting at is, I don't remember the last time I played... Oh my god, that's some interesting breaks. I don't remember the last time I played a Forza Motorsport game, and I feel like a lot of many gamers probably feel the same. And I hate reboot and remake culture as much as the next bloke. I think it's creatively bankrupt. But this seems, at least from its titling, to be an attempt to soft reboot Forza Horizon... Christ, I keep saying Horizon because that's what I'm used to. Forza Motorsport as more mainstream appeal. Oh, okay. I'm actually a bit more of a first-person racer these days. Feels good, steering well, I'm using thumbsticks. I've been playing, actually funny that, since now I'm sort of ruminating on what I really feel is the casual market has... I don't know what else to call it, right? But if you think to the battlegrounds of Gran Turismo versus Project Gotham or Gran Turismo versus Forza, right? Let's say it in terms of that, because they're kind of one and the same. That was more hardcore sim racing, where they were getting into almost RPG stat upgrade things, but you know, you're trying to eke out that advantage for the category to win your races. It sort of made tuning accessible and fun, but it was definitely hardcore racer versus hardcore racer in the scheme of things. And then, as I said, not to retread, but I'm doing a quick summary because I'm sort of having a bit of a revelation. They dropped off, and the more casual races, more arcade races, that's probably better to call it, because people take casual as an insult. I love arcade races. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, fuck. It was so hard to get back in, actually. The uptick there, I think, might have been spearheaded by things like the Need for Speed Underground type games, right? Where it's a little bit more off the wall. The racing is wild and arcadey. You could probably see that sort of uptake, the early sort of breeding ground for that in like the Burnout series, going back to that. And it was more about spectacle racing than hardcore sim. And then on the other end, I feel like, and I'm someone that's getting into it now, the F1 racing series, F1 23 most recently, is doing tremendously well from what I understand. And I think it's brilliant, and that is infinitely more hardcore and yet still mainstream accessible than Motorsport or Gran Turismo ever were. So it is just really fascinating that while they were almost the pioneers of the sim racer in the early console days, they've been edged out in a way by more casual games like, I suppose Mario Kart, you could say, the Need for Speed games, and Forza Horizon on one side, on the more arcade spectacle, and on the other end, you've got things like F1 23. So that sort of puts these guys in the middle, in a sort of mediocre space. So I'd be fascinated to see how this goes and where it's really decided to plant its flag. It's going to be very difficult for me to cover it because, I can only really give games half an hour a go and share some thoughts. There you go, a little bit of history of racing games from the perspective of someone that would never call himself a hardcore racer. This is very much in line with the formula that Forza Horizon's been doing, where you have sort of spectacle scenarios to get warmed up in. Because I've just played it straight off the start. I haven't really gone into graphics settings other than whatever Auto Detect did, because my god, that would take half an hour these days. Just the amount of bloody sorting out all your DLSS and all that sort of crap, and benchmarking. I mean, I guess it's part of being a PC gamer. Looks good, seems good, sounds good, feels good. But yeah, Forza Horizon does this, the spectacle intro, except that's much more narrative driven. I'm assuming there's going to be no narrative story or anything in this. We've got no soundtrack, it's not like I've turned it off, because it is going more for that sim racer space. As much as I really enjoy the Forza Horizons these days, I can understand that there would be people that would say, despise the soundtrack component of them. That's fine. I mean, they're wrong, but that's fine. Man, maybe I should go back to Forza Horizon. Number 2 was my jam. That was the best. I might have missed 1 or only just played a bit of it, but I felt like 2 was where they really ironed it out. 1 was proof of concept. And it was dumb, you bloody had access pink wristbands to go to the music festival. And I think Forza nowadays is less a music festival, Forza Horizon, and it's more just racing, and there happens to be music there, like lots of radio stations. And I think they had lightning in a bottle with Forza Horizon 2, sorry, where it was actually a music festival. It might seem like a small thing, but at a certain point, Forza Horizon got more interested in implementing, hey, you can go from winter to autumn, isn't that great? And I'm like, nah, man. Put more music festival in it. Anyway, but what would I know? I just play video games. Thanks, Generic Jane. Appreciate it. I'm getting fireworks, that's cool. I like them. I got a pop-up saying I got achievements. I'm playing this on Game Pass at the moment, which is, it's out early actually, which is fascinating. Also, it's probably worth, I'm still working out my titling system, but I think I'm calling this AAA Plus. This is the second game that's come across my desk recently that's running at $120 Australian, whatever the conversion is for American. The other one being Starfield, and that's not a great showing. But that's another, what? If we're going from 90, 3, 6, 9, 12, that's another third increase. So it's not really AAA Plus. Like, that's jumping from 90 to 120 is pretty fucking obnoxious, if we're being honest. And honestly, when you frame it that way, I try not to frame the value proposition too aggressively. If you have fun playing a game, you have fun playing a game. But Starfield, for what it is, for that price, no, it deserves the harsh criticism, right? It is mediocre at the $90 price point, and there are AA games that do a lot of what it does kind of better. So if you're looking at purely for money, anyway, this isn't a bash Starfield situation, but it's me saying I don't really love this new price model they're trying to roll out. At least with Forza games, you could probably play this for 6 months and not run out of things to do, so the price point might be a little bit more value. Before I move on from that point, I'm also an advocate of, I think there are some games that are undercharging, right? If you are getting hundreds and hundreds of hours out of a game, then why isn't it hundreds and hundreds of dollars? But we're not ready to have that conversation because we're consumers. We just want everything, but we don't want to give. Anyway, I digress. Body.
You can come back later to try
What is
something
this?
else or to check out what's new.
What do you mean body? So male or female? No, I'm gonna go male. That's fine. Bloody all this confusing verbiage these days. So what, I get to pick my color? Is that what's going on? I don't care. I'll go generic Dan over here. That's fine. That's cool. 5 achievement points. Express yourself. Change your driver's suit. Jesus. They'll give a bloody wooden spoon for anything these days.
From the showroom floor to the winner's circle.
Congratulations, you put
is
your
the
fucking
culmination
pants
of
on.
1,000 little decisions. Every part.
Is that what we're paying 120 bucks for now?
All carefully chosen
Ooh!
builders who know what it takes to push a car past its perceived limitations.
Give me that.
To find that extra tenth of a second. And
Ooh.
in the process,
Ooh.
create
Ooh.
something that is a unique extension of themselves.
I'm not the hugest car nut these days. I grew up around cars, and I have a mechanical engineering background as well.
To become a Builders Cup champion.
So I love pulling them apart and doing them up and that, but I don't actually particularly drive that much.
Before battling it out wheel
I've been
to
in too
wheel
many
on race
rollovers.
day.
It's alright. If I can walk to the shops, that does the job for me.
For our first series, we
Thanks,
have a few cars
Sandra.
for you to choose from. Each is a great starting point for you to build. So pick the
No,
one that speaks to
it's
you.
a Mustang.
The Ford Mustang is
I hate
our
the front of this
original
this
Tony
modern
car,
version of the
an American
Mustang.
icon. This
Actually, can I go
GT
back?
is both
What were the other
beauty and
ones?
a beast, channeling raw V8 power through its rear tires for impressive lap times.
Yeah, I actually really dislike the front of it. Can I go back? What do we got? A Subaru. We got a Honda Civic. Honestly, traditionally, especially younger Scarlett, I played a lot of these with actually, I might pick it up. Bugger it.
The Honda Civic has been a street to
Usually just the way that their weight sits and their drivetrain, it actually really agrees with me personally with what my hands have always enjoyed driving. As much as I like muscle, I've always loved muscle cars, I just don't love driving them in video games. You know, rear-wheel drive, ultra heavy. It doesn't work for me. Usually I like front-wheel drive, little.
difficulty to earn even more credits to buy other cars.
So it's a shit driver-tar difficulty. High value makes AI opponents achieve faster lap times. Yeah? Look at this. Difficulty bonus. Total difficulty bonus. Yeah, okay, but where's the money bonus or whatever? Oh, here we go. Plus credits. Club rules. Cosmetic damage. Simulated fuel and tires. Rewind. Oh, whatever. Sports rules sounds good. So the sports rules, what? Jumped at 6%? And driver tar level 2 made it jump at... Oh my god, okay. Well, that's fine. I do like these modern... A lot of the driving games do this. The massaging the difficulty. You know, because if I'm getting podium by a bloody mile... in fact, arguably, I don't really care for getting podium in games. Like I play F1 a bit, and I like doing a career where you sit in the middle of the pack.
Practice is your time to learn the track layout and how your car handles. I've set a target lap time for you. If you struggle to achieve the lap time, consider changing the difficulty settings before the race.
Why are we doing practice? Hang on. Event info. Okay. All right. Because, again, I know I'm back. Look, if you find this interesting and you haven't played any of the F1 games, not necessarily even 23, but the last couple of years, you know, going back probably 3 years, they're brilliant. I've been playing them recently, and I love them, and I play them every year. But the whole practice mission loop and qualifying ahead of a race is actually really good. It's great RPG mechanics, and I'm not saying 1% elemental resistance to a fucking left shoulder pad nonsense, right? It's actually like they give you little missions to warm up your tires and get fuel conservation going, and that converts into XP for your teams for the development wing of better engines and that.
And we'll be tracking your lap times to see how you match up against the competition
sure.
before the race.
Every practice has a target lap time. Hitting your lap time will give you a CXP bonus. And it's good indication. Okay, well, I like that. That I really like. I was just talking about massaging difficulty settings. Let's go. Let's bloody send it. Let's go. Oh, God. Oh, that's my... Okay, I see what's going on. Because I'm just driving it like a bloody pissed off teenager. You have to shift your weight forward into the front tyres to get a better turning circle, which makes sense. Segment score. See you, mate. Loser. Oh, he has the line. I wonder how strict it is about that sort of stuff. Come on, bro, I'm losing lap time. Oh yeah, blast me in the face. That's my favourite thing. Give me those sun rays. As a rule, I usually only do probably half an hour for these sort of overviews, but I might go a little bit longer because I want to see the shops and the tweaking and the tuning, and it is interesting. Because I like to cover as many different games as I possibly can, but you can only give so much time to them.
We achieved our target time with that last.
And I'm not a big fan of, oh, the game gets good in 5 hours. No, it doesn't. The game gets refunded. I go and play 5 hours of a really good indie game that respects my time. But, however, this cold starting, I don't know what else to call it, but that's what. Oh, I can steal the line. Just piss off. It's mine. This sort of cold starting intro mixed with actual engaging first impressions gameplay, because I think first impressions, I'm not talking from a YouTube clickbait perspective, I'm talking from a gamer perspective, are so incredibly important. There's a 2-hour Steam refund window, and I encourage people to use it aggressively. If the game is not treating you with respect and respecting your valuable time, and we've done videos on that, then you should absolutely throw it in the fire, refund it and store credit and buy something else. I'm not saying abuse the system, I'm saying use the system in the modern setting. Good games aren't good enough now, your game's got to be excellent to earn your money. Anyway, but my point is, this exact intro that we're sitting through right now sort of gives me a moment to pause on my hard fast rule. If your game doesn't go good enough in 30 minutes, then get rid of it. And this is clashing with my YouTube formula, being that you probably want to watch my video at least to see what the game's about. And I think this is a really good way to treat the customer with respect and ease them into a fun, show them the fun of the game. However, me personally, from my sort of showcase perspective, I need to look at some of the deeper mechanics as well. So because I think people probably get what I'm trying to waffle about. Because they're spending so much time putting me into these hot seat driving things, as a paying customer, this would be great fun, man. You've come home from work, you hate your boss, he didn't deserve that promotion, you did. And, your kids are screaming and punching each other in the head, the wife's nagging you. And then you go off to the man cave, you have your one beer that you're allowed to have because the doctor said so, and you start playing this and you lose yourself into it because they just keep hot seating you into these cool little mechanics and drip feeding you the basics. So I think this is a great way to go, especially in AAA. Or AAA Plus, whatever you want to call it. But like I said, that's more of a casual new audience appeal. People who have played the last 100 Forzas are probably like, they probably want to skip this shit and get to the customizing, the meat and potatoes, dare I say, the meta progression and structure. Alright, keep it clean. So, practice ends in... Okay, so segment score, restart practice. Sorry, I was too busy having a waffle. What if I do this? Finish practice. Sorry, I'm finding it interesting.
That was a great practice.
Was it though? Would you actually, if it was a bad practice, would you say I was a dog shit, I should be looking for new jobs or anything? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. I don't really like the pat me on the head crap. If it's good, then it's good. If If it's bad, tell me to get out of the car. Alright, Builder's Cup intro. Go to race. Car. Tune car. Let's have a look in here. Now, this is not what I was talking about. I was talking about car score.
Small incremental changes to a car's setup. Testing them out on track during practice.
Final drive.
Some upgrade
Anti-roll bars.
giving you even
Holy
more
shit.
control over your car's performance.
Why'd the brightness of my screen change then? Bump stiffness. Okay, fuel and tire. What else have we got in here?
Driving style, track conditions, and race length are key
I'm not listening to you.
determining our initial fuel and tire
Difficulty.
Do we take a limited
Well,
fuel and
okay, so
tire
what was the
tank
results?
and fast car? Or
Driver
use a
list.
late lap pit strategy
There we
with
go.
full tank and
Scarlet
harder
Six.
tires. Teams must weigh the cost benefits of each decision. We'll
571.
to find the best
I don't think we're going to get to it today, team. Series standing. Fine, let's race. Let's go. Blah. Yeah, so it's less of a licensed poppy club soundtrack.
It's a stacked field today for this first event.
Oh yeah, okay. You can have a look at all. Oh, lucky they've got their picture of what? The helmet. For Christ's sake, man. I wonder if it, because none of these are on my friends list. I don't think they are. But I like when they populate your friends list with your driver tars. That always makes me smile. Let's go. How many laps is this? 4 laps? Alright, we can get through this. Alright, hopefully we get a bit of a challenge. That's what I want. Oh, we are squeaking. Oh shit! You bastard! He put it. Collision, no penalty. Better bloody not. Where's his? Look at this guy. He's driving like an arsehole. Where's his penalty? I don't know about that. I don't particularly like bumper carring in these games. Did the best I could. I stood on my brakes. No penalty, eh? I wonder if that's got to do with my difficulty setting more than the fact that I deserve a penalty. Don't really want to teach lower level, like let's say I'm on a lower difficulty, I'm a lower level player. You don't really want to compound my bad habits by not penalising the penalty as a difficulty setting, right? I'll never move out of this difficulty. Car level upgraded. Oh, groovy. I've got a level bloody... You've got a level 17 minivan. Oh, wonderful. That's what gets all the girls. Alright, where are we? We're 6th. Grid's starting to open up a bit. Obviously you can turn off the racing line and all that. Personally, I don't mind it. Especially when I'm not familiar with the track. Again, I know I'm going to rave about F1 again, but it's one of those things, once you start to learn the tracks and learn the car you're in, you can take the racing line off. I guess that's the thing, the closer you try and go to hardcore sim, you start asking yourself, well, I'm just playing this game, I've been playing it for 15 minutes, how could I possibly know how to race this without the line, versus, I don't know, an F1 champion that knows all this crap off by heart. So, I get the ego flex to want to take the line off, but I would also argue if taking the line off makes such a difference and it's important, there would be a relationship directly related to your experience driving the game. If you just jumped straight in this and turned off all the racing lines and came first, then that's a failing of the mechanics of the game, right? Anyway, just some thoughts. What are we on, lap 3? Oh mate, we're zipping through this. Does this... If I change camera, can I hear my engine? No, oh yeah, not really. I know it's like such an old man bloody boomer position to hold. But, these little bloody girly engine noises. Doesn't exactly get your blood pumping.
One more. Finish strong.
What a steal. Basically driving around in friggin' Ford Focuses. Pick up my shopping on the way back from the racetrack. Yeah, what would we call this? AAA Western. What is it? Turn 10 Studios? They're somewhere out in bloody Washington or something like that, right? I think they're about as American as apple pie. So take that with a grain of salt. I think more and more it makes such a difference where a game's developed from. Even though you can have remote people working overseas. Wherever their brains trust is, their creative directors and all that, wherever they come from makes a big difference. So AAA Plus, Western, Racing, Contemporary. I might do a video on it, but I'm still working on settings. Like actual... Because the word genre is so misused.
Well done.
Right? If you've got a shooter in space, or a shooter in bloody Warhammer Fantasy times, are they both shooters? Well, yeah, okay, but how do you need a genre to describe fantasy or sci-fi? What if one has a thriller story? Kind of need 3 tiers of genre. Yep, good. Good for me. Great. Continue. Yep. Thank you. Now, show me the car store. I got Driver XP, Dix PP.
As our car levels up, we'll unlock new parts.
Oh yeah, I got a new rim. I got wider tires. Okay.
We're ready to head out for our next.
No, I don't think so. What if I go exit? Can I do whatever I want now? Don't desktop me, game. Don't you bloody dare. Introduction, Builder's Cup. Unlock, finish Builder's Cup intro. Okay, well we can have a little bit of a look. Everything's bloody locked until I do this intro. Alright, fine. Class C, Class B. Okay, cool. This is what Forza Horizon's been stepping away from, and I think was one of the greatest appeal of motorsport, is the fine-tuning and tweaking into and out of categories. Whereas Forza Horizon right now is squarely an open world thing, which I don't know how I feel about that. Forza Horizon 2 was closer to this, at least with this structure, right? Doesn't seem like I can go to my garage or anything. Finish. Okay, shit. Oh, this is going to take forever. Oh, I just pressed back. Hang on, what's happened here? View car. Oh yeah, is that my car? Explode. Most piss weak explosion I've ever seen in my life. Change camera. Okay, so this is just a fixed camera and this is a flying camera. Oh, hang on, can I get in? No, I can open the door. And I can take photos. Lucky me. Video games being taken over by artists. I prefer playing games and taking pictures of me food and put it on Instagram, but everyone's different. What's new? Come on then, tell me what's new. What is this? Welcome to Forza, helpful resources. Okay, groovy. There's a wall of text here. Stay up to date, rather not. Multiplayer. Yeah. New featured rivals. Set your fast lap time. Okay, showroom. Race, I think we were probably in there. Cars. Oh.
Welcome to the showroom. Here you'll find hundreds of cars.
Yes, Acura. Oh, look at this. So can I... Oh, look at this. So I can zip through. Yeah. Oh, look at this little fella. E-Class. That's my kind of class. Let's go. Bugatti. Buick. Old school Bugatti there. Caterham. Citroen. Ford and Holden. Here we go. Ford Mustang Shelby. Oh, those lights are just awful. Alright, okay, we've got a bit of Fords. And then we've actually got a Holden section, which is wild. Oh, here we go. XB Falcon. Let's go. 68 fastback. Oh, bro, really? Oh, here you go. 69 fastback. Oh, well, they call it a Boss, but it's the same thing. Yeah, look at the front of that. Looks like a shark, man. So much better. There you go. Mustang 65. I don't know why you'd put a 65 in there. They didn't start getting good till 67. So it kind of looks like boring. Looks like an old lady's car. All right. Holden Tirana. Ugh, yuck. Disgusting. Spit on it. The fact that you can get a Tirana is wild. And then we've got Monaros, which were the opposition. It was Mustang versus Monaro. There you go. Get a bit of a history lesson with Scarlett. Honda, yeah. And then we've got HSV, Honda Special Vehicles. Are they still going? I'm so out of the loop these days. 2020? No, that's a Hyundai. Oh, it's just the two of them. Okay, so 2014 HSV. Okay, that's like your Australian section. And then you've got all sorts of wild stuff down here. Okay, well, cool. Maseratis, you can't miss out on them. Do they have Porsche? I remember them having a huge problem securing Porsche rights in the early days. I might just be aging myself. LMNOP. LMNOP. Pugo. Peugeot. The Peugeot. Oh, Pontiac Firebird. Let's go. Okay, we've got Porsches, so that's cool. All right, anyway, I thought I'd just have a bit of a squiz through there. Design, paint, upgrade, tune. Well, let's have a look. So these are the two cars I have. Inexplicably, I have a Porsche 911, but that's fine. Performance. Exhaust. Street, stock, 100 CP. It's an inadvisable name for it. Used, available. Huh. Ballast? Huh. There you go, look. Confirm. Alright, so we've got all the old upgrade systems in here. Tuning, setup manager, select car. Okay, cool. It's got all the trappings you'd expect. What can we say? Is this going to convert you to a Forza Motorsport fan? I don't know. Probably not. What they had like 8 before this one. I think it was 7 or 8. Oh my god, I can't remember. I think they're great. They're great games, but there are some people, as a rule, they just won't play racing games, or they're just not even interested in them. Like, they're ambivalent, and that's fine. I mean, this is more Forza Motorsport. And to be honest, if you're someone in that camp that they're trying to audience capture, I'd sooner, I know it sounds harsh at first blush, but I'd probably either recommend trying the F1 games if you want a hardcore sim racer with like heavy RPG elements and narratives in there as well. But then if you want more of an arcade spectacle racer, I'd probably say Forza Horizon, to be honest. This is somewhere in the middle ground. Anyway, I hope it does very well, but I just find it fascinating that while it was the pioneer of the more hardcore mainstream sim, it seems to have been pushed out by more hardcore games in the space. Anyway, check it out on Game Pass. You should have Game Pass. It's brilliant, so it's free on that. I'll stop waffling, team. Might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.